everyone, it's Crazy Mike 1706. One of my subscribers asked if I could put more lighting in my videos. I found a way to do that, so there you guys go. Now you have more lighting in my videos. Moving along, there are so many rematches in pro wrestling that are considered overrated by many, when really I think some people undermine the importance of these matches, undermine the significance of these matches. Let's talk about one of my favorite matches of all time, and in my opinion the greatest triple threat match of all time. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles versus Christopher Daniel, Unbreakable 2005. Now let's just talk about some important aspects of this match, okay? You had an American indie style match on a nationally broadcasted pay-per-view in the main event, okay? That enough right there is just completely unheard of. And you know, how many times can you really say if you've seen something like that, especially back then in 2005? You also have to realize that these guys are in big roided up steroid abusers. Now you can go back to Shawn Michaels versus Chris Benoit and Triple H at Mania with Chris Benoit winning the title, but quite frankly, and some people may get mad for me saying this, but screw it, it's the truth. The wrestling did not live up to this match. Nowhere near. You know, these guys went out there and they worked so perfectly together. It was amazing because it was actually a triple threat match. It wasn't one guy versus one guy while another guy would be outside. And they, you know, they wrestled each other thousands of times. But again, they fought for a secondary title, you know, the X Division title, and they fought like it meant the world to them. You know, they fought like they really needed to have it, and it just wasn't a secondary title. And again, an indie style match, headlining a pay-per-view. Another reason why this match is so great, because it showed that at the time, TNA wasn't just a wrestling company, it was TNA. This is when TNA was just amazing. And a quick story about this match, I was in school. And there was a lot of people saying, you know, wrestling's gay, you know, it's stupid, why would anyone watch it? I played that match for them. I swear to you, I had over 20 people sitting down, including the teacher, watching this match. That's how good it is, and I'm going to send you the link. You may not see the significance in it if you're more of the casual mainstream fan, but for an indie fan, we sure as hell do see it. Moving along, Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels at the last WrestleMania. You know, people can say, oh, but there was botches in the match, you know, this and that. Guys, if ring psychology was lost, they sure as hell brought it back. If some wrestlers tell a story in the ring, they had a novel in the ring, because the story for that match is amazing. Now, it could be interpreted in different ways, but how many times have you seen such a great story being told in the ring? How many times have you seen such great emotion, you know? And that's why this match was so awesome. If you really, really are into professional wrestling, you have to watch this match, because all the fundamentals are just there. Everything that's been missing in professional wrestling has been put in that match. Not to say that every single match doesn't have that special spark, that ring psychology, that storytelling, but this match really showcased what it truly is, and it should be given more credit than it is. And I also like to point out that people say that Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair botched the moonsault, which they did, and Shawn Michaels hurt his ribs. But I think the first moonsault that Shawn Michaels hit, I don't feel it was necessarily a botch. I feel it was that Shawn Michaels knew that Ric Flair was a little too old, so he didn't want Ric Flair to completely catch him. That's why he only hit him just a little bit. So I wouldn't consider that a botch. I would just consider that more or less Shawn Michaels trying to take care of Ric Flair a little bit more. But yeah, and I mean, when Shawn Michaels was almost about to go for that super kick and he said, "Flair, I love you," you know, the crowd just stood, wow, what the hell did I watch? And everybody that I remember saw that match was like, oh my god, you know, what did I just see? So yeah, it was amazing. Another match to consider highly overrated that has the same person, Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker in your house, the first ever Hell in a Cell. Okay, this match was amazing for many reasons. In the beginning, when they started to set up a certain spot for later on, well, not exactly in the beginning, but basically they pretended like the cameraman got hurt. So because the premise of the whole match was that they're gonna settle it in the ring, and there's no way out, there's no way you're leaving. And so during the match, most fans didn't know, like, wow, is he hurt for real? Is this a work? You know, many people were fooled. And that's one of the times I would say the WWE really fooled a lot of people, because during that match, when the cameraman got hit and they were forced to open the door, you know, you can see the crowd, holy crap. And some people even watching the match was like, whoa, what's going on here? And the fact that it's set up that great spot with Shawn Michaels, you know, hanging on, and he fell and crashed right on the announcer's table. Now, if you were an ECW fan, you're probably used to seeing stuff like that. But for the mainstream fan, they never seen a spot like that before. So it was like, wow. Another reason why this match was so good, actually two reasons. One, Shawn Michaels was in it. Two, The Undertaker was in it. So you already know that the in-ring work was great in itself. So that's why I can kind of understand why I got the 5-star review. I mean, everything was just so perfect, the way one thing led to another, which goes back to the AJ Styles Samoa Joe with Christopher Daniels match. It wasn't just high spots after high spots after high spots. One led to another, and everything just flowed so well. And in this match, it was the same way. It just flowed so perfectly, so evenly. Another match that's considered overrated but yet highly significant and has a familiar name. And by the way, these matches got, the ones I'm listing, besides the Ric Flair Shawn Michaels match, of course, these matches got a 5-star ratings. So another match, of course, is Samoa Joe versus Kobashi. All right. Why is this? Well, wait a minute. There was a whole bunch of chops in that match. The crowd was going crazy. What's so good about this match? Kobashi is a legend in Japan. And let me explain something to you guys. In Japan, it's not like over here. If you're a legend out there, all right, it's because you're a good wrestler. Not even. It's because you're a great wrestler. And one dream match so many people try to set up was Ric Flair versus Kobashi. Almost impossible. Never happened, you know? So to have Samoa Joe, the man that was deemed as a current legend and was going to go down as one of the greatest of all times, go against Kobashi, and to have Kobashi actually wrestle in the United States for an independent promotion, Ring of Honor, for a much smaller promotion than a WWE or a WCW, that's amazing. How many people can actually book such a match? The fact that you had a dream match happening with two of the best, you know, one of the greatest of all time and one of the best up-and-comers out there in a small indie promotion is just wow. Like, how many companies can book such a match like that? And you know, the gunshots, because that's what it was. I wouldn't consider it chops. The gunshots in that match, you know, holy crap. If you guys watch how stiff that match is, you wouldn't believe it. You probably won't notice it right away, but that match was incredibly stiff. And the energy around it, the fact that the fans were so proud to be there, meant so much. Than a lot of these ungrateful, and I repeat, ungrateful mainstream fans that don't understand what they have in front of them, okay? But these fans that were there in that building that night appreciated so much what they were going to see, because they knew that it was something special. They knew that they were a part of something special, and ultimately it was something special. So that's why I can kind of understand why it got the 5-star rating that it did. So yeah, again, understand that it has to do with the story outside of the actual match, but not just the matches themselves, all right? And also, too, the TLC matches were great. Some people say that, you know, they're, how would I say, that too many people give them too much accolade. But, I mean, again, to have that kind of carnage in a match, and again, I don't believe any of those are rated 5 stars. To have that kind of carnage in a match, and to have ring psychology in those, you know, in that type of barbaric surrounding, incredible. In the event, Crazy Mike 1706, later.